Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello. Welcome back to Live, Let Thrive. This is episode 9.
And I'm your co-host, Myka, and we're coming back at you with another Airbnb expert.
Uh-oh. Well, let me introduce myself first.
Oh, go ahead.
Mind. I know it's all about you, Myka. I'm Steve. I'm the host of Live, Let Thrive. And yeah, go ahead. What were you going to say?
Oh yeah, we have another Airbnb expert here, Mr. James Phan. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
All right. Well, I'm James Phan, I guess.
James is a fan, or that's your last name? I think we had an actual fan of the show.
Yeah, that's his last name, man.
Well, my name's actually like Phan Big Dong, and just James is like easier, I guess.
Yeah, it's slightly easier. That's cool, man.
But yeah,
I'm glad to have you on our show.
Thank you.
And so, say something good, man. I'm just.
So Steve's.
Yeah, this is episode 9. We brought in James.
Yeah.
Because you met James at
real estate meeting. I met him month or two ago, right?
About a month ago.
Yeah.
Very randomly.
Yeah. I was talking to him Airbnb and found out he had been doing it a while. His cool part about his story is he actually paid for some of his college with his Airbnb. So that's like really what got me like, whoa, that's pretty cool. You know, he had a pretty good story. So.
And y'all are the ones that took over the Airbnb. I mean, I'm sorry, the BP meetup, right? Y'all kind of took it over by talking nothing but Airbnb the whole time.
Oh yeah.
I think we kind of took over in Gibran right there, man. Yeah.
So instead of Myka telling your story, why don't you tell us your story? I'll start off with the first question. Will be, well, how old were you when you began your Airbnb journey?
Maybe 26, 27. I heard about Airbnb before, and I was like, sure, for like California or somewhere like nice, you know,
somewhere cool, yeah.
Yeah, but I lived in like white settlement, like like West Fort Worth, slow, you know, chill. Yeah, like Fort Worth's like where the West begins, you know. So I'm like, there's no way anyone would live here.
Hold on. Hold on. Your first Airbnb was in White Settlement on the other side of Fort Worth.
Yeah. By Clifford and 820.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How'd that work out for you?
It worked out. Okay, so I'm skeptical, right? I'm like, there's no way this would work. You know, but then,
yeah.
I'll try it out. You know, like I listed for like $10 for my first night, for like $10 a night.
$10 a night. Okay,
yeah.
that's
yeah. Okay,
I've paid $10 by the hour before.
Night. Yeah, I'd rent it out too for $10 a night.
Yeah, so I'm like $10 a night. We'll see if someone shows up. I'm still skeptical that someone would come for $10 a night, but lo and behold, I got a hit. I was like, got a little inbox, and they were like, "I'd like to stay for $10 a night. Thank you very much." Yeah, so like I'm like, okay, so I'm all nervous and stuff. I'm not sure what to do. I mean, I researched everything. I went on like Reddit.com, our Airbnb, read how they did it.
Yeah.
You know. What was it? Okay, so $10 a night. I get Texas, and then how clean is this podcast?
Oh, we keep it kind of clean.
Keep it clean.
Yeah. The word slips up every now and then. You know. Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right.
Well,
okay. At the meet, you're like, I don't have to be clean, you know. But here, I'm not so sure.
Right.
Okay.
Let it out. Be yourself, and then he can clean it up. You know, just be yourself.
Just don't say the F word every other word.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about. Okay.
I'm just kidding. Okay. Go ahead. What happened?
There's a certain race that's like a stereotype for being cheap. So that was the guy that I got.
Well, see, James is Asian, right?
Not calling anyone out. I'm just saying, you know. So
we're kind of in a very diverse room here.
All right,
Asian.
so I got this first guy, and I'm like, okay, all right, let's see what happens. And I get to talk to him. He shows up in like his car, and he talks to me, and he's like, yeah, I maintain this car. I kept a log. I'm like, that's cool, you know. And then I get to know him. And he's like, I just discovered God, and I'm like, okay. And like, do you want to see your room? And so I bring him up to the room, and then and he stays in the room. And then my mom's like, who's this? And I'm like, oh, hey. Guess what, Mom? We have a guest. You ever heard of Airbnb? No? All right. Do you know her hotel? Well, it's kind of like that. And then she's like, how much are you renting it out for? And I'm like, $10.
So okay, reset. Okay, so you're at your mom. You're staying at your mom's, right?
Yeah. I live with my mom because I was in college at the time. It's
Okay,
about my
so
senior year of high
So
school.
you had your own room.
College.
Were you renting out your room or someone else's room in the house?
It was my room.
You rented out your room.
Yeah.
So if someone was going to stay there, you were going to go to the couch or something, or how was it going to work?
Pretty much.
Obviously, you're not going to sleep.
Turned himself into a couch surfer.
So anyways, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off. So you show him to the room.
Yeah. So I show him the room. He stays for like a couple of days, and then tell my mom's $10 an hour. So she flips. You know, she's mad. She's like, "It's so cheap. You need to get it higher." I'm like, "But I didn't know it would work." You know, so I'm like, I'm just experimenting, and see if like someone will come. I was like, I guess I'll raise it up higher. So I raised it to 20. You know, which still is pretty low, honestly. 20 is kind of low because you're kind of nervous. So you're like, man, I'm not sure people will go for white settlement, so I'll raise it to like 20 and see what happens. You know, but then lo and behold, this guy is like, I want to keep staying, and I'm like, oh no.
Oh, how long did he want to stay for?
Like another week or something. I'm like, yeah, but it's 20 now, man.
I'd let him fly, man. He can stay for another
No,
week.
he wanted to stay at the 10 rate.
Yeah, you want to stay
at the 10?
The 10 rate.
Oh, no,
The 10
man.
rate. Yeah.
Got to raise up out of here.
So you told him you raised the rate, and then he what did he do after that?
He didn't want to stay.
Oh, okay.
He only stayed for a couple of days until he found new arrangements.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like, woo, dodge that bullet.
So that's cool. You got your first taste of Airbnb, and you're like, "This is neat. I like it." You know.
Yeah, it works. No one stabbed me.
No one's.
My TV is still there. My microwave is still there. You know,
Your
so
house
I'm
ain't
like-
on blocks.
Yeah.
So okay. So then you raise it to 20 after that,
Mhm.
and how did that go?
Yeah.
Mom was still mad. She was like, 20 is too low. So I kept raising it up and up.
But did you have any guests at 20?
Yeah, we kept getting a lot of guests.
In White Settlement.
In White Settlement. It's crazy. It's crazy.
See, and that's why I tell people, man, try it in your area. Like, a lot of people are skeptical about their area on Airbnb. Just try it. Like, he did it in White Settlement, on the other side of Fort Worth, rural. Isn't it kind of rural out there? Would it be?
It's the borderline country. If I go like
Yeah.
10 minutes west, then I hit country. If I go like the other way, then I hit like down like Fort Worth. Like, the city, but like it's borderline.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So,
And-
what's the highest you've had your room at?
Right now, I think it's like 40.
Really?
Yeah,
You get
40.
people for 40?
Yeah, we get people for 40.
Are you a super host?
No. I don't really go for Superhost because when I was researching it on Reddit and stuff, and they were like, there was like a thread. They're like, should I be a Superhost? And I'm like, that sounds great. Let's see what Superhost is. And like, it has all these requirements, and it's like, you gotta have like a 5-star rating, 100% response rate. Well, I mean that one's a given. If you don't respond, then you're not cool. But But yeah, there's a lot of requirements, which is pretty tall order, and especially on the ratings, where you have to have like a 60% or something like that.
80%, yeah.
80%. Is it 80?
Yeah, it's 80.
See, that's high. You know, like holy cow, 80%. That's like a B. You know, and I'm in college, and my motto is like C's get degrees. So.
I like that. I like that.
C's
Yeah.
get degrees. So hold on. So, what's like your average rating that you get?
Right now, I think it's 4.6 is my overall rating.
4
Out of 5.
That's still pretty high. You should be able to get Superhost though. Or
Yeah,
you just kind of piss off a few guests so you don't get it?
Every once in a while, I kind of mess up,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think one person gave me like a 2, and that really brought my average down.
Whoa.
Dang.
Dude, what'd you do to piss him off?
Oh, I don't remember. All right, so my Airbnb situation is a little bit unique in that I did it to pay for college. That's how I convinced my mom to let me do it, because ultimately it's my parents' house and my dad's house as well.
Yeah.
And they were paying for out of pocket for my college, and I was like, I just wanted to like not have them do that, get a little load off my chest or something like that. And so I told her, I was like, hey, if we do it this way, the college will be paid for, because at first it was an experiment to see how much money it would make, and then we found out that every month we grossed over 1,000, and
off a private room.
For a private room.
Oh no, okay, leave backtrack.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so once my mom got into it, she was like, oh man, because she saw an opportunity too. She was like, this can go for higher. Because I'm all nervous and stuff. My mom, and she's like, no, list it for 40 right off the bat, which I never did. Because I was always like nervous that people won't rent it. I'm like, no, Mom, let's just keep it low. We'll go for volume or something,
Yeah.
But she got on board with it, and then I got kind of hyped up too, and I was like, you know what? Let me rent that second room. Because my dad had to travel for work. So when he had to travel to Maryland for work, that room was empty.
Yeah.
So we converted his room without telling him.
Kick Pops to the curb.
Yeah, but because he was gone for 6 months, so it's like the whole semester. So I mean, the room was just gonna sit there. So we figured we're able to rent out that room as well, and then that rented out. So both of these rooms are renting out. Then I'm like, what about this couch?
So you did a couch too?
Yeah, I did a couch. But I mean, okay, it's technically like a day bed, but I listed it as a couch just to be sure.
Wow.
Because there's like like a study room in the front of your house. There's like no doors, but there's like that one little room area. So we have like this day bed from IKEA, and it looks nice. Because there's like a day bed at IKEA. It's surrounded with bookshelves, like a little cozy corner or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I figured this cozy corner might be worth a little money. So I tried it out at like 20 because my mom wouldn't let me do 10 this time. She's like, "You can do 20 or we're not doing it." So I'm like, "Okay, all right, we'll start at 20."
Did you label it as the cozy corner? Because that would have been cool.
That would have been cool. No, I'm actually like an IKEA fan. So my bedroom is actually labeled IKEA showroom on Airbnb.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, because everything in there is like straight IKEA. Even the floor. When IKEA had floors, I bought my flooring from IKEA. Yeah, so it's like IKEA branded floor. IKEA desk, IKEA bed, IKEA drawer, lamp, everything.
Underwears.
Yeah, so you walked into there and you're like, they just bought the showroom and put it in.
So you're making you're cash flowing $1,000 a month off 2 private bedrooms and a couch.
2 couches.
Hold on, so you had 2 couches?
2 couches.
In 2 private bedrooms?
Okay, so like the first couch downstairs worked, and then I'm like, okay, people are doing this for 20. I'm like, okay. We have like a futon bed upstairs in like the game room, so I'm like, screw it, try it out. I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's 4 things going on at once in one house for it to hit $1,000 a month.
So like, are guests kind of weirded out? They're just sleeping on a couch, and then there's another guest on another couch, or
it's a mix. So some guests come in, they're like, oh, okay, that's cool, and then some other guests is like, what the heck? So that's where I got some of my bad reviews, which I can't help. But I mean, it's a business decision because at the same time you're gonna get a ding in the reviews, but on the forums online, they're like, the superhost doesn't really help you get more guests. And I'm like, okay, well if that's the case, then screw it, Then I'll just take the ding on the hits because I don't think, as far as I know, I haven't gotten in trouble with Airbnb with them kicking me off the platform for not having good enough ratings, and a 4.6 I guess is good enough for them.
Yeah, it is. That's good. I mean, I'll say I've been a super host for about a month now. I have noticed an increase in hits, but I also noticed an increase in like what guests start asking for. Like one dude, he's asking for like, hey, can I come cook? I got all this stuff. He just loaded down my refrigerator with all his food, man. I'm like, what the hell? That's the only thing I noticed of being a superhost is people start requesting more stuff. That's
do
about
they?
it. Yeah, but you do get more hits. I've been getting more hits.
Yeah, but there's only so many like
Yeah.
days you have to
Exactly.
give out. you know?
Exactly. So, but that's my only thing. My only thing is Superhost is good and bad. It's certain things like guests start asking for. You're just like, oh my God, really? Piling down your refrigerator with food. One dude thought he could just start parking his car in the garage. I'm like,
What?
man, what are you, hold on, man. What are you doing? Yeah, so.
Now, if those, oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was saying that all that was like learning curves though, because I
Yeah.
had a guest park in my neighbor's driveway, and I had my neighbor come over and yell at me. He's like, "Who's parking in the driveway? Why do you have so many cars?" I'm like, "Chill, man. I'll get him." Shoot.
I'm running into that issue too.
Did someone get shot? No.
But did you die?
Yeah, like my neighbor actually said that the public street was part of his driveway the other day. I'm like, what?
No.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, your guests can't park on this side of the street. I'm like, that's public property, man. I don't know what you're talking about. So I'm starting to get some of those as well. So I know what you mean.
So my big observation is, Myka, you are slacking, man.
yeah,
You only got 2 bedrooms. He had the whole house.
I know.
Couches, the garage, the
I'm a-
roof.
I'm
I don't-
I'm about to add the couches on next, man.
put
That's
an
actually
air
good
mattress
idea.
in the bathroom. I mean,
No, we don't go that far. I mean, there's only one bathroom for the whole 4 things.
So in total, how many listens
there's
do you
only
have?
one bathroom.
Yeah, I got a complaint about that too.
Well, yeah, someone's in
Now
there
this is
blowing
my
it
question. You've already included all that in the listing. Like, hey, you have one bathroom and you're on this couch, right?
Well, on the listing itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says one bathroom, but what they probably don't know is that one bathroom shared among 4 different guests, I guess.
Oh well. I mean,
Yeah,
if
but
it's
there's
in
not
the list-
really a way to list that. I'm not gonna put it in the description, It'd be like,
Dude,
Shared
no,
bathroom, shared
people, I do it. They won't care. They just need a place to sleep.
oh really?
Yeah, I tell them, hey, you're in between 4 people in a bathroom, and you have a half bathroom downstairs. But like, yeah, it might be a wait to take a shower. I don't think no one's really complained yet.
No, I just winged it. Man. I'm like,
Kind of like you were running a hostel.
Yeah, it does.
a little bit. I guess so. But ever since we raised our prices, though, they it's been less hectic because it got to the point where it's like a balance.
Yeah.
Because at first it was like bam, 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 and so many people all at once, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. And then I'm like, my mom was like, raise the price, and I'm like, okay, fine, and then slow down a little bit. I'm
Mom's a
like,
business
Mom.
lady, man.
Yeah, you might have to have her take over my Airbnb.
Did she start cooking for him and charging them for breakfast and stuff?
No, we had coffee once though. That was a mistake.
Oh no! What happened?
Okay, so we're not like Airbnb genius. We're just like, we just wing it, and then we're like, let's go on the website, because I'm sure everyone has done this. They go as a customer, and then like, let's see what the other guy did, and like a couple other guys are like, free coffee. I'm like, oh man, free coffee, and they're charging like $50. Man, we need to do free coffee so we can charge $50.
Oh no!
All right, so I'm like, all right, we had a Keurig downstairs, and I got little pods and stuff. I'm like, okay, we tried it one time for one guest. I don't know how, but half those pods were gone. Literally.
I told you, Myka. I told you that stuff happened.
I'm telling. Yeah, because we talked about that. My pods haven't disappeared. Well, where did you put your coffee machine at?
The kitchen.
Oh no. I have coffee pods in there, and they don't take them. Now, my last guest did take the phone charger.
What?
Yeah, because we give him a charging station, right?
Mm-hmm.
He took the iPhone charger, because my wife told me, she goes, will you make sure if we put phone chargers in there, they take them, request it back to the resolution center. And I let it slide the first time, and this just happened a week ago.
Okay.
It was the guy who was asking for everything, parking in the garage, so I don't know, he jacked us for the phone charger, but
Dang.
I got his information.
Was that the guy on film on camera behind you when we were Skyping? Is that the same dude?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he got me for the charger, man. Got finessed for the charger.
So your pods got stolen, and you're like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this anymore. Is that right, James?
Yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. And plus, I was still in school at the time, so I needed to like study. I couldn't really be babysitting a guest like 24/7
Right.
and stuff like that, because you have to go out into the grocery store and restock the pods. Because we also put out like fruit once upon a time. I didn't want to go to the grocery store, so I stopped that.
See, that's where my wife comes in because I do that, but I let her handle all that.
Well,
Yeah,
he's,
but then-
he's got a good tip though. I mean, he orders all his stuff on Amazon. He don't have to go to the grocery store. All the pods come in and they're cheaper. So.
Yeah, I just do it all on Amazon. Let it come in, stock it, boom, I'm done.
But it still doesn't affect your rating. Is it the guest?
No, it
I
don't.
never in my life have had a guest be like, he didn't have coffee. 2 stars.
Yeah. The only thing it does is I always say, was it under
Under
Over-
promise, over deliver.
Yeah, under promise, over deliver. That's what I do. Like, we just posted that we have breakfast bananas and stuff. But like when we didn't have it and people came and seen that we had it, then they put it in the review. Oh my God, they have breakfast. So then my wife posted it. So they'll it doesn't affect how bad it is, but they do say, hey, this is good to have. So yeah, I still do the breakfast bananas, apples, and muffins. That's it.
Right.
But it's like in an area that everyone can come get it. But yeah, the coffee, I had one guy go coffee crazy, and that was it. But not taking anything, though.
But those pods are expensive, Shoo.
No. Grab them off Amazon, man. You can get like 40 of them for $20. Still about $2 a pod, but they don't. Mine not ever used.
I see.
Yeah, so
$2 a pod, really?
they're probably a little bit less than that. But
Dang, that's high.
mine, they never use them though. I still have pods in there from the first guest I ever had.
I see.
A lot of them just use the coffee maker.
Real quick. We're doing a long show here. I already asked that question. I'm going down the list of questions we had for James. We have a bunch of questions. And what I was going to ask what your family thought about it. And we know your mom at first was skeptical, and then she saw you making money. She's like, yeah, let's charge more, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of your family think it's kind of weird that you have a house full of people all the time.
Oh, my sister hates it. She's
Oh,
like,
man.
who are these strangers? It's like, I don't want them in the house. Yeah, like who's John? But here's the kicker though. So, because the whole sole purpose of Airbnb is just to pay for my college. Because I graduated now. I graduated the past May.
Oh,
And
congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, finance.
Finance.
Right. But so my sister needs to go back to school, so I'm gonna hand the reins over to her to do it. So she's not like, oh man, Airbnb, this sucks. She's like, man, it's my turn.
Yeah, for real.
She probably doubles the rents and makes double what you did.
Females are better hosts, man. That's what they say.
Yeah. No, you know what's crazy? I never see most of my guests. Because I'm mostly out and about, and so I just interact with them through text. There's a lot of 9 times out of 10 I never see my guests.
Dang.
Yeah, because my mom just opens the door for them, or have an electronic lock, which was stupid because I should have gotten a lockbox, which would have been so much simpler.
So why? Okay, real quick on the lockbox. Why is that simpler? Than the electronic lock? Because Myka's all about electronic locks.
I have the what's called the August lock, and so it's strictly through Bluetooth. You don't have a keypad where you can punch in a number.
I agree. I know where you're going with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so with the August lock, you have to set up the app. You have to get the guest to set up the app. The guest is not tech savvy, You're like, yeah, so it's all sorts of complicated. But they had a really, really good ad, and I was sold. I was like, whoa, this is so cool.
Oh, so hold on. So in the August lock, they have to have the app too?
Yeah, they have to download the app. I would not recommend the August lock at all.
Yeah, get the Slade Sense.
Anything with a keypad, honestly.
Yeah, that, or if you get the Slade Sense, you just set the code for them and they just type it in and go in.
Yeah, but at this point, I'm kind of like winging it, and I'm handing it to my sister, so it's her problem now.
Yeah.
Okay, so I stopped you right when you started talking about the locks. You said, because we were comparing girls to guys doing Airbnb and who's more successful. So you were going somewhere with that, right?
Like as far as girls and guys being more successful, or
yeah, what were you saying? You said, well, you started telling a story and you talked about the locks, and I cut you off.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
It
you're
was,
saying.
it was about the locks.
Oh, it was all about the locks.
Because man, when I find something easy to do, I take it and run. Right?
Yeah.
So just through pure chance on one of my other properties, as a landlord, there was a lockbox, and we didn't really want to get a cut out the lockbox, but then it was vacant, and then I realized I put my key in there, and when I get tenants or try to get tenants to go in there, I just tell them to, hey, this is a lockbox code. Just see yourself around. Call me if you like to rent out. You know, but I'm like, man, this could transfer Airbnb. If it's put a lockbox in the door, it'd be like, the code's the house number, you know, and then just go in and out. And that'll be a lot easier and a lot less expensive because a Schlage lock's like, what, $200 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, my question is, you kind of have to trust the guest to put it back, right?
Yeah, but I haven't had, because, okay, so when I had that August lock, some guests are like, this sucks. You know, I'm like, oh, don't worry, I got you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you a key. And I never had a problem with them giving me a key back. So I'm like, man, like, I just made like a simple problem like super complicated.
Now, I have kind of related. At my work, we have, you know, keys for special whatever places. And on them it says, do not duplicate or something like that. I wonder if we can make those type of keys to use for our spots, that if they want to go to a locksmith or something, they'll see that you know, illegal to duplicate kind of thing. I wonder if that's possible. Because with house keys, I always thought that, wow, they can go make another copy and then rob me later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because the only key I give them to in mine is the key to their actual bedroom door. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of skeptical like that about keys too, because you can go copy a key in a second. Yeah. Especially now with like Walmart, you can just go stick a key in a little machine and it'll copy it.
Yep.
But I don't know. It's different types of ways, man.
Well, I just look at it this way. Like, what would they steal? And I think really hard. Think harder. My microwave. That'll be the thing I miss the most. You know, I'll come home and microwave's missing. Like, man, what the hell?
God.
You know, so I'm like, okay, give them keys. The most they can take is a microwave because we don't really have anything expensive in the home. We stopped playing video games, so there's no video games to take, and our TV is like old. You have the flat screens now. We still have the little tube thing, you know. So, man, you take that tube thing, it's great because it's heavy, and I've been meaning to throw it out. You know, shoot.
You might get home and they put a new TV in there for you or something, right? They felt bad for you. We broke in and upgraded you.
Oh man.
So you said you can hand the reins over to your sister. Mm-hmm. So that means you graduated. And what are your plans? You got your own spot yet? Or are you going to get your own spot? Plus, if would it be at like a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom just to do? Are you going to continue doing Airbnb?
Actually, I mean, okay. So what's like if I continue doing Airbnb after I graduate?
Yeah, what's your plans after you graduate? You have your own place yet, or are you gonna get your own place?
Okay, once I get my own place, if it's an apartment, I probably won't because I know there's apartment rules for Airbnb. Right. And then once I have like a big boy job, I wouldn't really need to put up with it, I guess, because then I know it's extra income, but then again, I'm all about like the efficiency of everything, which is why I'm not a super host. You know, I'm like the unsuper host. But as far as Airbnb goes, in my experience, there's a lot of turnover. So I'd rather if I buy like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house or something, I would rather get roommates. And that would be, because there's less turnover.
Yeah, what you could do is, what I actually do, go to Roomster. You can recruit roommates off Roomster. Right. You can find some that'll pay like $900 a month for just a room. What I do is I just go on Roomster and megaphone my room, and then I just send them to my Airbnb listing. And then a lot of them are trying to stay for a month or 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's a good way to also drive people to your page.
Double dipping.
Yeah. And also what it does is it ups your ranking because if you ever go to an Airbnb thing, like if you click the first one, you'll notice sometimes it has the most viewings. And if it has the most viewings, more people are driving it. And then, therefore, your ranking goes up. So I start just I even post mine on Facebook just to get people to just view them.
Oh, to view your
just for a clickbait.
Okay.
Yeah. So Roomster, if you just want roommates, go check out Roomster.
Right. Well, see, that's the cool thing about the share economy. Because at first I was like, because we all met at a real estate meetup, right? Yeah. So that got me thinking that you had the real estate thing on your mind. Is that what you want to try to get into that? I mean, in what capacity did you want to get into real estate?
I want to own like commercial real estate and like an apartment complex, like a 300-unit one. I think that'd be really, really.
You want to jump right into that?
Badass.
So you don't want to mess with single families at all, like starting there.
Oh, okay. Let me backtrack. Okay, so I've been a landlord for like 2 years now. So,
okay.
Like 2 years, like 2 days ago, it was like 2 years exactly. when me and my partner Kevin started buying our first house.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so we've been doing the whole single family stuff, and we have it right now. But eventually, I want to build up to like an apartment, something cool, something cool.
How you liking the single family landlord life?
Single family landlord life. It's pretty fun. There's a lot of crazy stories. Like that group home. I got a call from the group home lady. She was like, "We want to move out," and I'm like, "What? Why would you want to move out? I mean, come on, you're." I got lucky at that. It was in a bad neighborhood, and she agreed to pay like $1,200, which was kind of high because I had a guy call me out on it when I was showing the unit when it was vacant. And he was like, "Bro, your market rent, the market rent for this place is like a lot lower than what you're charging." And I'm like, in my head, I was like, "I know," but on my outside, I'm like, "Really? I didn't know that. What?"
Like that voice.
So when this lady called me, she's like, "I found a dead body in front of the house." I'm like, "No,
What?
no, there's no way." That's in my head though. Oh. But I guess in my voice, she picked it up. She's like, "You don't believe me? Just look at the news. It was all over the news." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'll Google for Star Telegram dead body," and lo and behold, I found an article. All right, I found an article. I'm like, "Oh man, this is not good." All right, okay, let's click the article. There's a map on the article. I'm like. And the street of my house is on Wesley, and then like on the little article map it said Wesley, and I'm like, man, that's not good either, And there's like a little thumbnail of a map, so I guess I'll zoom in, and like my house is like a corner house, so I was like on the corner, I'm like, there's like a star where the article takes place. I'm like, wow. Why is there a star in my house? Oh my god, this is not cool at all. I was like, okay.
They're dropping bodies at your house, man.
Oh, dude, that's not funny, man. Oh my god. I'm like, oh my god. So I'm reading through the article, see what happened. It's like, there was a dead body. I'm like, no, why? So
did you go over there and move the body to like the neighbor's house?
No. I did what was sensible. I shared the article on Facebook.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. So, did she end up staying there, or?
Yeah, because I'm actually, contrary to my Airbnb like way of doing things, I'm actually a very good landlord. I'm very on top of like everything. Like even if you can't set your thermostat, I'm on top of it. And so I guess she made a calculated decision in her head. Is like, do I want to move to a new guy who's like a mystery box, or this guy who takes care of everything, but stuff was outside of his control. I mean, I can't control someone dying in front of my house,
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not. Well, unless you killed him, I guess.
Yeah.
You would.
Yeah, you did pay rent.
I don't know. You see what happens, old lady? You see what happens?
Pay on time.
I need to borrow you for my rental house, but oh, they sending James. Oh snap! I got your money. We're getting off base here.
Okay.
Man, that's crazy, man. That body in front of the house.
Yeah. So you're used to the long term game, and what you were saying too, like a lot of times people that sign long term, they don't leave. I mean, if they're paying good and all, they're cool with the place is halfway decent. Mm-hmm. Like I remember my apartment days, I wouldn't leave a place unless they started jacking up the rent like a crazy amount. Cause people hate moving, dude, and that's what's cool with long term, But this show's about Airbnb, right, Myka?
All right,
Myka.
Oh yeah,
no, it's about we tagged it. This is about Airbnb, real estate, everything. So it's cool to see the contrast between the two. That you're doing both of them, and you I guess you wanna go into like apartments and stuff.
Something I want to get bigger because the deal of single families, you only make like $300 per unit unless there's some genius out there that can tell me otherwise. Because that's what I found in my experience. For every house, you only get like a $300 cash flow. And
I can hook you up with some advice.
What?
I can hook you up with some advice if you want more.
Okay.
If you want more money. Like, you don't want to do Airbnb because of the turnover, right?
Yeah, it's a lot of work because my mom didn't help me. Because what I failed to mention is also my mom is the one that like greets the guests because she's home all the time. She's a stay-at-home mom, so she's home all the time. So I'll be like, hey mom, there's a guest coming over. You just show them where the room is, and she'll be like, okay, son. Remember to up the rent, though. No, she tells me every time, man. I mean, she'll look at me like, you need to raise this to $40, But so nowadays it's raised to $40, but there's like a glitch or something in the system. So they only charge $37, and I'm like, it's only $3.
It's a service fee, man. Everyone's been hating on that. I hate it too.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a service fee, man.
I had no idea what it is, but every time a guest went, she's like, $3 over 10 days adds up. You need to fix that.
People are starting to complain about that service fee, especially for private rooms. Yeah, it's like a $3 to $5 service fee. So if you get someone booking for one night, it ain't worth it.
Okay.
So the only way to offset it, I would say, is to change your minimum night stay to like 2 nights, because that service fee is a pain in the
Okay.
Yeah.
When did they start doing that?
It's been happening a while, but I've been noticing more and more, because I'm friends with a lot of other hosts, and a girl that we helped set up her Airbnb, she set it for $30, and she only got like paid $26 for one night, and she was like, why do they keep sending these requests? And it's a service fee.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I don't know if it's going up or down. I don't know.
Because Airbnb used to take out like $2.
Yeah,
at
it used to be like $2-3.
You know, and I would tell people, they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, man, that's dope.
Yeah, but back to what I was saying about the cash flow of a single family home. What I personally do is I keep my garage stocked with furniture. So you can just always furnish out your place, turn it into a corporate rental, put it on a corporate job site. You get really good tenants. 2, they're going to pay on time, and you can charge like 3 to 4 times more rent.
So when I first started out, I'll charge $40 a night. You know?
I don't know, if you have a house and you're cash flowing only $300, you could take that up to at least $1,000 with a corporate rental.
I see.
So
Yeah,
Airbnb money with no turnover.
I feel like it's a repeat of the Airbnb situation though. Like, who's gonna rent this house as a corporate rental? I'm gonna charge super cheap. Just not tell my mom.
So what is your portfolio? I don't do everything in your portfolio, but you seems like you've been a landlord for 2 years. So what's your portfolio looking like?
A lot of single family duplexes. We got a quadplex too. That was super lucky. Okay, so we called a lady, right? And my partner was the one that called her, and then we got it for $150,000 for a fourplex.
Whoa!
Wow.
Yeah, and I was like, "How'd you do it?" It was like, "I don't know, man. I just spoke Vietnamese," and she was like, "In love." You know?
Hold on, did the lady speak Vietnamese?
Yeah, she was a Vietnamese
okay.
lady. Okay, so here's the weird thing. So I'm like, we're still in our 20s.
Yeah.
And so for some reason, because I talked to like a bunch of other landlords and stuff, and for some reason they love young people. I don't know why. They're like, I always get they always tell me like, man, you're smart. You did it early. You know, I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? I mean, it just look cool. You know, it seemed cool to do it. You know, but but in all seriousness, for some reason, with the older people, they really like the younger people. I guess I don't know why. So it was the same thing with that lady that owned the fourplex. There was the fact that we were Vietnamese, and so she was Vietnamese too. And I don't know why like older Vietnamese people like to give you the hookup if you're Vietnamese. Cause like I had a suit tailored once, and she was like, "You're Vietnamese? $5 off." And I was like, "Thank you." You know? Okay, so I guess she was like, "You're Vietnamese? I'll sell you the house for cheap."
Wow. Yeah.
You know, and then we were young, so she loves us, and so we still keep in touch with her. So every once in a while, if something comes, she's trying to sell something, and she'll send it our way. So right now, we're looking at, there was a deal that she sent us, was like a $300,000 for 8 units in this like apartment complex condo thing, and we're still trying to figure out that deal, because the only problem with that is there's like an HOA, and we never dealt with an HOA before, so we're not sure if that one is a good deal or not.
What is it, a multiple unit or what is it?
Okay, so I don't know how this place is so weird. Imagine an apartment complex. You imagine each unit in the apartment complex on its own. I guess technically that would be
a condo.
The condo.
Yeah.
A condo, but I swear to God, it looks like an apartment complex.
Yeah.
Because I passed by it before. So she owns like 8 condos randomly scattered throughout that complex, and she wants to package it together for $300,000. And the math works out. We didn't have the HOA, but with the HOA, I never deal with it before, and I hear horror stories from HOAs.
I can tell you a few.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
My condo has a HOA on it.
Oh my God.
They're like gonna monitor the hell out of you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you ain't gonna do Airbnb in there. The only way to truly make a cash flow that's worth it in a HOA is to go the corporate rental route.
The corporate rental route.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if she packages it to you for $300,000 for how many units? 8 units.
So it'd be the same deal as the 4 place, because 154 it's multiplied by 2. It's kind of the same deal, but you have the HOA which complicates it.
Yeah, HOAs are pain. But also find this out about your HOA. What's their minimum stay?
Right.
Because my minimum stay was only 30 days, so it's easy to find people to stay 1 month.
Right.
Some minimum stay are like 3 to 6 months. That kind of gets harder to find.
Okay.
But a person trying to stay 1 month, corporate rental, that's easy.
Okay.
But yeah, and they monitor everything you do. Like they called me the other day saying there was an illegal barbecue grill at the property because the guest barbecued, and I guess it was the wrong type of grill. I'm like, oh my god,
Wrong type of grill? What?
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Like,
Look at that, like model 36. You need a model 34.
like, come on, bro. Like they were pretty much saying like it was supposed to be a gas grill. It was like, come on, man, get out of here. So it depends on what kind of HOA you get. Mine's a pain in the ass.
Okay.
So where is this at? A white settlement?
It's in Garland, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in Garland, so it's pretty far.
Nice.
Because we're in Arlington, and I live in Fort Worth, so yeah, it's really far.
Did you go to school here in Arlington at UTA?
Yeah, I went to EA. Go Mavericks.
Go Mavs.
Okay.
Go Mavs.
Go Wings. They're kind of, the female, what's it called?
Yeah, female.
The WNBA.
Yeah.
WNBA.
Oh, really?
Did you know that?
No,
Yeah,
no.
I'm supposed to go to a game next month. Yeah.
We got a professional basketball team in Arlington.
What?
They're called the Dallas
Wings.
But
They play at their school.
they play at the Maverick Center, whatever the
What?
basketball center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I want to go catch a game or two. Oh, so you have Airbnb. So are you going to do the whole solar eclipse thing?
What's that?
Like people are like I seen a private room for $700 a night for the solar eclipse. A lot of people are doing it.
Is that going to be coming through? Can we see it from here? The full eclipse?
I'm not sure, but I seen one dude, he was charging people $125 per person to sit on his balcony just to see the solar eclipse.
Here in this area.
Yeah, it's called the Redneck Haven.
That's a bar, bro.
No, not the Redneck Heaven.
That's redneck. Yeah.
Yeah, this we're talking about this guy's place on Airbnb. I actually show it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but my uncle said he found some people charging like $700 a night for a room in his hometown of Portland, Salem, Oregon, just to watch the solar eclipse. So he like called me and he's like, hey, how do I set up Airbnb? And I started seeing people in Texas doing it too. So I was wondering if you had hopped on that train.
No, again, I'm very low key with the Airbnb because
okay.
that takes like
Time.
If there's anything that's extra work, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I understand that, man.
Yeah, because it's already smooth, There's no point in like trying to like. I don't know. It's just already smooth. It's coasting,
Yeah,
like if you have a rental property, you have residual income. It's like enjoy it, man. Don't like be trying to like mess with what's not broken.
That's true.
So what are you gonna do with your finance degree? What exactly are you? Yeah, what kind of job?
I'm applying a lot of jobs right now, so I'm not really sure where it's going. Because you have 2 routes of finance. You have either the sales route, which you can sell financial products to get your Series 6, Series 6.3, stuff like that, or you can go the analyst route. But according to my professors, the analyst route is going to be in danger of getting automated or something like that.
Oh,
yeah, so
crazy.
Yeah, so I'm not exactly 100% sure. But then again, this is the first job out of college, so I'm not really too worried. I just want a job so I can get a foot in the career door path, and then I guess I'll figure it out from there.
So are you big into stock market investing?
Yeah.
See,
that's why I'm in the finance. I mean, I walk into all my classes. I already know what's going on. The only thing I don't really know what's going on is like I took a derivatives elective, and they teach you about options, and then they teach you how to calculate options, and I'm like, what the heck is all these calculations? I know how to trade it and how it works, but like the underlying math for it is like kind of like extreme, but they teach you the underlying math for it.
Wow. I know like we're Bigger Pockets fans and whatever, all these real estate podcasts and books we follow, we read. and it's always saying, yeah, real estate's better than stocks. Real estate's better than the stock market. Blah 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 blah. But I don't know. For some reason, the stock market's always fascinated me. I always thought it was so cool. I'm gonna put $1,000 here, and it's gonna grow into like 10,000 if I hit it right. And
the problem with that viewpoint is that's essentially gambling.
Yeah, that's why I like it.
It's gambling. Let's just because when you don't buy like an Apple stock and expect to like double it in like a year or something. It doesn't work that way. But what people do, what you're talking about when you put 1,000 here and then you like double or something, it could be a lot of things, but the good example would be options trading. So the good way to simplify that is you bet the stock will go up or down, and then if it goes up, then you hit the money, I guess, and then it's like basically flipping a coin, you heads or tails. It's a little more nuanced than that, but essentially you're guessing heads or tails, and if you guess heads, you win. If you win heads, and you double your money or something. But if you guess tails, you lose everything.
I need to get into that. You saying option trading?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need to get into that.
But
so speaking of stocks, what kind of stocks are you looking into right now?
I don't own any right now. I used to like. Well, again, it's essentially gambling because it was fun for me to like bet on earnings. This keyword bet because you don't know. You have a reasonable idea where earnings will go. For example, Netflix kills it. So you bet if Netflix goes up, and then you play margin, and then if it goes up, then great. If it goes down, then you're kind of like screwed, you know. Right. So for most people, like for your 401ks and stuff, you're better like they're more stable where they bet that Apple will be okay in the long run in the next 5-10 years or something like that. So it's a little bit more boring.
But that's the part that it's intriguing too. The I guess what's that Einstein thing that what is his famous quote about compound interest? Mm-hmm. Those who get it. Those who don't. What does it say? Those who. I don't know. Something about it's like this miracle of compound interest. And I always thought that's cool, man, because like if you have you buy whatever a mutual fund or you buy into the stock market when you're, let's say, 18. Mm-hmm. And in those 10 years, you put in, I don't know, $200 or 5 years or 10 years. I forgot how they explained it to me. Those 5 or 10 years, you put in $200 a month and then stop. So you only invested for like 10 years. But if someone starts like just a few years after you, mm-hmm. and then they start investing just for for the rest of their life, they're not going to catch that 10 years because of the compound interest just keeps growing and growing and growing.
True.
They'll never catch at that $200 point. Mm-hmm. Those first 10 years, the previous 10 years that you did it. And it just freaks my mind out, man. It's like,
that's cool in theory, but in practice, how is it going to happen? You put in for 10 years, and you go for like 50 years, and what? You're going to go to your buddy at 70, be like, ha! I got you. You know?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so it's really, really, really boring. And I mean, if you have like a 9 to 5, you know, and then by all means contribute to your 401k because you're going to retire and stuff like that, and then sure. But I mean, for us, I guess we want a little bit more excitement. So that's why we do what we do. I would think.
Yeah. Right. Because like Warren Buffett, he's buy and hold forever, right? That's his kind of. He's a big. Well, I mean, not every stock, but he's all in. He's big time buy and hold, right?
I don't know too much about how he started though, to have a good comment on that. So I'm not sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm a huge marijuana stock guy. I've been sitting there just piling money into it, man. But I buy like the penny stock. So like if they hit, they hit. If they don't, oh well.
That's gambling too, though.
I know, it's gambling. It's gambling.
Yeah.
That's all it is, a gamble. Yeah. But I was like, it's a gamble I'm willing to take because I think if marijuana becomes legal all across the country, a lot of these pharmaceutical companies are gonna make some big money.
Right.
Yeah. So I just kind of gamble with it, but.
So James, you see your portfolio being a mix of real estate and stocks, and in going into your future.
I probably won't touch stocks, to be honest, unless it's part of my job, whatever that may be, future employer.
Really?
But that's because it just. You make the same amount of cash flow in real estate. I mean, I guess you can diversify, but I feel confident enough in real estate as far as for my own personal finances that I would go all in, I guess, and I would diversify in the fact of like maybe commercial office real estate is doing such and such, whereas like multifamily apartment is doing such and such, and then like suburban office is doing such and such. You know, because there's different. Real estate's really subtle and there's more facets to it. And then each part of those will perform differently. It's like right now in Houston, the office market, it's not doing very well. But so because of the oil thing, so a lot of people moved out, I guess, according to like articles I read. And so office real estate's not doing very well there. But in Texas overall, you would think that like real estate here would be like gangbusters or something.
Yeah.
You think it's not doing well because people just come in and buy their own little plot of land or whatever?
Talk about the office market in Houston?
Just in general in Texas.
In general? Like, why is it doing well, or?
Why is it? Well, I'm trying to think how I'm trying to word that. Because you said it's not doing well in Houston, right?
The office market in particular. It was just a facet of like real estate. Like Airbnb, but I guess would be considered a hotel market. So a hotel would perform differently than an office, than an apartment.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
That's okay.
Nice. Well,
I didn't know that about Houston. Yeah, you'd think it'd be doing well.
Yeah, so they're all different from each other. So I think there's enough diversification in that, because then I figured, well, if it's so bad where no one rents anything, period, then you're kind of screwed either way, because then that means the whole economy is in the tank.
Okay, so you're a finance dude. Again, I'm going back to that. Do you see a big crash coming in the future?
I don't think so. There's not. A lot of people say yes. A lot of my buddies say yes. A lot of finance buddies say yes, and everyone's like, "This guy's gonna fall."
Right.
But I think a part of it's having it for I don't know about you guys, but us in Texas, during the recession and stuff, I read about it, but I didn't really feel it. And then growing up in an Asian household where we have a little bit more, Asians tend to save more for some reason. I don't know why, and so I just think that because what would the worst be that would happen as far as financial crash? You lose your job or something, but then you can weather through it. Because everyone, or I don't know. I just don't think there'll be something stupid like the '08 or something like that.
Yeah, because I wasn't living in Texas when the recession was going on, but I did hear people tell me like you guys didn't really feel it.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So I mean, like people in the West Coast had their face in the dirt, like, "Hey, man, the world's over." But yeah, so because I was. Yeah, when it first happened, I was in the Northwest. Then I moved to Arkansas and went to college. But yeah, so I heard people down here, and that's one of the main reasons that attracted me here. Like, hey, economy's booming, Texas is growing. So yeah, I can see what you mean. Yeah,
but I don't know, because the '08 crash, I don't know if it involved a lot of I guess quote unquote conspiracy theory, where you think like the banks are like if you see the movie The Big Short, it does a really good way of simplifying it. Because in that movie, because I
need to watch it again. That was
because the ratings agency they were in it. Well, not in on it, but it's just through whatever circumstance they. I'm trying to simplify this so it's not like too technical. Basically, it takes a lot in the background to where like a person like you and me wouldn't know. So if something like the blue comes up, then sure, there might be a crash. But reasonably, seeing what you see on the news, I don't really think that that there would be a crash. Because reasonably, what would make a crash right now? Like, what do you think?
Well, what would make it? Well,
what would tank the economy? Pretty much.
I guess it freaks me out a little that just 2 years ago a house cost $100,000, and then that same house now costs $200,000. I think that rate of growth, or that rate that the cost of that house. I mean, that's just like, to me, it seems like a balloon swelling up.
Are
you talking about here in
to...
DFW? DFW is justified though. You have all those people moving in, you got Toyota and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's happening all over the country, though. People are being priced out of their cities and stuff.
That sucks for them, but I mean, it's just what it is. No, but okay. I mean, I
know what you mean.
Okay, I mean, as an Airbnb person or as a landlord or real estate, you have to call the trends for what they are. Otherwise, you're just closing your eyes to whatever, and that's not. I don't think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
Because there's certain neighborhoods will perform a certain way because of a certain thing. I'm not going to name it out here, but I think we all know what I'm getting at. And you just can't. There's data driven, and you make a business decision because you have to pay based on the data, but then you can also try to be like an activist and try to do that. But those are two different things. Yeah.
Okay. I guess if I could see something bad happening is people are a house goes up for sale. 50 people try to buy that house, and they bid it up 20,000-30,000 over. They buy it, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
they're stretching themselves so thin by paying so much money for this house. You know, the banks, the interest rates are low, but the banks are helping people getting into these houses.
You still have to qualify though.
You still have to qualify, but
It's not loose and fast like it was before though.
I'll give you an example. Like, I guess especially for everybody's an investor now, or right?
Yeah.
Everybody's on bigger pockets. Just like I told Myka, I saw a bandit sign the other day. It wasn't a bandit sign that says we buy ugly houses or or Bob buys houses or whatever. It said we sell discounted houses to investors. A bandit sign that's advertising to investors. First time I ever seen it, which is telling me
Wholesale.
everybody and their mom is trying to buy 5, 6, trying to do the investment game.
Right.
And I see these people doing it, and I see maybe I'll tell you, firsthand. We're a single income house, and I bought this house. I have a house in Arlington, and I've already qualified to buy another house, and all they need to do is see this, that I'm renting out my last one, and all they need to see is that what my projected rent for this house will be when I move into the next one. And so if these house of cards start crumbling with all these millions of brand new investors, I guess I could see a dip happening. That's just what I see.
Like a correction, but that's not exactly like the sky is falling kind of thing. Yeah, there might be a correction, which is part of what it is. If it's too high, then they'll go down a little bit or slow down. And
I do see hedge funders, investors, people from California driving our prices way up in Texas because they want to get in on this Texas boom. You know what I'm saying?
It's happening. Yeah, they're on their way. They're already here actually. Like Jabron said, the lady from Seattle came down here to look at houses. Yeah. In and out, it's happening. Yeah,
I think that sucks because I don't like it because they come in. It's a different market. It's like us going in like a third world country and buying up everything because we have quote unquote have a lot of money.
Yeah, because Facebook just moved here, Toyota just moved here. I don't know where Toyota moved from, but those people that are coming, they're going to be
Cali.
Yeah, so it did come from Cali. Yeah, so I don't think a crash is coming because I think the economy's going skyrocketing as well, but
there's a slowdown's not at the end of the world. There was an article about it maybe a couple of weeks ago in the Wall Street Journal about San Francisco, which we all think is like gangbusters, is experiencing a little bit of a slowdown in their housing market.
I read that Silicon Valley has a slowdown. I read that today on Yahoo. That's crazy. Yahoo Finance talked about.
Yeah, so
Silicon
as a
Valley
main
today.
employer, they there's not any more supply or demand on their side, so the demand slowed down. So of course the price is going to stabilize a little bit.
I heard San Francisco is almost a hostel now.
Is it?
That's what I'm hearing.
I haven't visited yet, so I'm not sure.
I've been hearing like people almost live out of Airbnb. Some of the people, from what I hear, I'm not sure, but that's from what I hear. Because I know Portland, Oregon. Any Oregon listeners, because I know they're going through rental freezes. My suggestion would be if you have good credit, get like a 3-bedroom apartment and Airbnb or just corporate rent out the other 2 rooms. Because I heard other places are becoming hostels too. Because I think what's it called? The homeless rate in Oregon's going up because people from California are going up there.
Okay.
So it's different ways. Like you said, it's just different strategies you have to have for your area. So.
And I guess an outlier, maybe someone will invent a $50,000 house that they can mass produce, and that'll drive down prices a lot, I think.
Yeah.
And like the IKEA house, for example, I sent you a link on that.
I'm getting that.
You're gonna buy an IKEA house?
I want an IKEA house for the back of my house.
$86,000. $86,000. They'll build you a brand new house, IKEA. Hey, you're an IKEA freak, so you're probably like,
dude, I would love that house, man.
Yeah,
inside and out. It's all like
dream house right there.
We need to post the link to that on our show notes. Yeah, the IKEA house, because I want one.
86.5.
Yeah, I want one. Because I was like, man, if I could put that in my backyard, because I told my wife we could set that up in the backyard, go live in the IKEA house, and rent out the main house, man. Nomad life.
Dude, no, you don't have school to pay for. I mean, I slept on a couch because it paid for school. I can tell my kids, like, your dad slept on a couch that paid for school. If I pay for your school, you're lucky,
All serious.
Because I wouldn't want to, like, give up my couch just for Airbnb. Because you need your space, I think.
Yeah, kind of. You can wing it. You can wing it. Yeah, I go live in the IKEA house in the backyard and Airbnb out my whole house during football season.
The only thing is you need a giant Allen wrench to put it together.
Oh, really?
I'm just kidding.
Man, you have me going. I don't know. Dude, those IKEA furniture are like simple. I don't know. Forget it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're getting an IKEA in Grand Prairie. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't see
You
it?
didn't know that? Or you don't
No.
tell me you didn't know that. It's already built, man.
Yeah, it says IKEA.
Hold on.
It's
Can
off
you
of
see-
like
360?
161 and
Mayfield.
Never mind. I've seen it. Okay, never mind. I've seen it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. Never mind. I've seen it.
we get some spots around there. IKEA tourism. People can shop all day, crash on your, Airbnb.
Swedish meatballs.
I've never had their meatballs, man. I heard that they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Are they awesome?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good. I like going to the kitchen. There's a lot of interesting foods that they have up there.
I've never been in an IKEA.
What?
Nope.
I mean, here it's like an hour, 15-minute drive to like Frisco. So yeah, forget that.
You work in North Dallas.
Yeah, I work up there.
Oh, then
You know where I get my furniture from? Offer Up.
Offer up.
What's that?
Oh, man. It's where you get cheap furniture, man.
Cheaper than IKEA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Some of it is IKEA furniture. If you go to Offer Up, download the Offer Up app, like I just stock my garage with like furniture, even though I don't need it. And then I'll just like throw it in a room, Airbnb it out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. Offer Up. We furnish 2 rooms for like a couple $100.
I see.
Well,
It's cool.
we'd love to keep this show going forever, and perhaps you can guest with us again in the future. And we appreciate it. We learned a lot from you, James. And give it up for
man.
James.
Give it up for James, man.
Thank you.
Don't clap for yourself, James.
Okay.
You're better than that. I guess. Do you have any tips for people wanting to get into the Airbnb world, life, share economy, blah blah blah?
For Airbnb, honestly, just do it. And for me, it was just do it. You never know, and set it above $10. Don't start at 10. Do like 20 or something. Yeah. So yeah, just do it. Don't really worry about it. You have a spare bedroom. I would say go for it. You're gonna meet a lot of cool people. I have a lot of stories about the people I met.
You know what? Let's do a second episode with him next week. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down.
All right, cool. This
Yeah,
is part 1 then. How about that?
Because we got to hear
We
the
got
guest
some more
stories.
Keep that fresh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, cool. Well, I'm Steve.
On Myka
And for James, we're Live Let Thrive. See y'all next week. Great show. And Myka's wife, Mahogany, will sign us off. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.